Oh, what's going on, everybody? Z here. Welcome back to some more Planet Crafter. Today we are doing some exploration. We're going into some places and we're learning some things. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day. I'm having an all right day. Can't complain. So we have a couple of buildings that are now unlocked because of our terraformation progress. And when you go check them out, we need to see what the heck is going on here. Also, I've already recorded this entire bit before. And I wasn't recording, so I already know what's going on, but I'm going to take you through it, and I guess you're going to get the quick and skinny of it, if you will. Also, we have unlocked a new building. We have unlocked the Megadome. We have not built it yet, but we're going to talk about it, and we might actually build it in this episode, because why not? Let's check it out. So let's go ahead and let's get on into it, shall we? Now, this is the first building that we came across when we landed, because we land next to this dome right in here. And there's a giant cord that takes you all the way up to here to this one. So I feel like game design wise, you're meant to go from here up to this building here. Now, we cannot actually get up into this anymore. So there's a few things that we learn here that I don't necessarily know that we would be able to learn. So like this door is locked because there's no power. We have this door here, which has a little bit, years 3013. What a discovery this deposit is. If we had known we would find on this planet, we would have worried a lot less. It should allow us to, and our colony, to do really well in the future and help us suffer much less from the precarious conditions of our settlement. So we don't know what resource this is yet, unless this is selenium, or unless this is the quartz, the blazar quartz. This might be blazar quartz in all actuality. Anyways, if it's blazar quartz, awesome. If it's not, awesome. But we found a couple key cards in here, and we ran through. We found, a couple other places. We explored up here, and we got another key card that allowed us to unlock this area right over here, and it allowed us to go into here. Now, in this room, I believe, is it right here? So the year's 3013. Today is a big day. It's the day the main rotors are activated. It took a lot of courage and effort to get here, but it was worth it. I feel like fate has given us a little nudge to congratulate us on everything we've done to get here. Still kind of in the dark. We still really don't know what's going on. We know there's like these giant things. We know we're getting a whole bunch of stuff here. We're like, what the heck is this stuff? I am under the impression that this is actually the blazar quartz. Right there. That's what I believe it is. Now, that is all fine and dandy. But from here, we didn't really have any more options because we are currently, and I'm going to guess this might be how it goes, we're unable to go up. I'm not going to hit the button. I'm not even going to look at it because if I look at it, my thing freezes. I have to restart the game. But we can't hit the button to go up because this area is deactivated. So that basically stops us from exploring this area any further, which then leads us to say, okay, well, let's go up there. Let's go to that one. So let's go do that. Let's go check that one out and let's see what we've got. Because so far we basically recapped of what we've come to know already. So they started mining something. We don't really know what it is. It's supposed to be some big, huge, helpful thing. It's going to change their lives. Awesome. Now, at one point we did read something else, but that was in the upper part. So I'm not going to talk about that right now because technically we're not supposed to. I don't think we're supposed to know yet. And again, we're all into development things right now, so I don't know how the story is actually going to progress, but I'm just kind of piecing it together. Also, this area right here, I talked about this area in the last video. I think this is a perfect spot for a megadome, which I'm thinking it might be why it's left alone and left open and flat like that. So, we're going to build one. We're going to build one. It's going to happen, and I'm super excited. But let's go into this next area here. Let's talk about what's going on here, what happened. And we got some conspiracy theories here. I got some theories that I'm curious if gonna play out. Oh my gosh, we're jumping around. So this door is now open, and actually, you can drive your rover in here, which is pretty cool. There's actually a little rover parking thing right here. Look at that. And there's a fertilizer that I dropped because my inventory was full and I had to come back and get the rover. So we're going to go ahead and grab the rover now so I don't have to come back. But yeah, there's our rover parking. Let's head up here. Also, I don't know how they got these large rovers in here, like these giant ones. No idea how they got those in here. I'm just saying. No idea. I'd love to build one of these things. These things are pretty cool. Yeah, so there's some rovers. Pretty cool stuff. Very fun. There's actually another vehicle coming up that I'd really like to be able to build. There's actually two, but so we have a couple rooms in here. This room is it has a door that doesn't work, and I assumed we couldn't go in there, but I was wrong. You can just walk through it. So there's that. There is a nuclear reactor in here. There's this was empty beforehand, so I don't think this area is quite finished yet, which would explain why it's still in development and not out to everybody, which is completely okay, and I expect it. There was not a whole lot in here. And let's see, we've got ourselves a vehicle station here. And then up in here, I believe we had... Okay, we had nothing here, nothing there. Okay, so there's nothing else here, really. Okay, sweet. Now, from here, we came across another seal. And this is actually sealed until we hit 1 MK heat. So you could possibly get to this point and not be able to progress any further. Obviously, we have terraformed a lot. Well, we've terraformed a decent amount, so we're good, we're free and clear. And this takes us into the Megadome, the biggest dome. Oh my gosh. It's a huge dome. Now, this dome had a lot of information on it. Also, I want to show you the other vehicle real quick. Look at that. There's like little boat things. I don't know why you need boats in a little dome like this with water, but like, look at that. How cool is that? You know, actually, I don't know, but it would actually, if I was going to make a biodome that people were going to live in, right? Like, and if for heating and cooling purposes, having this large body of water, this thermal mass, would probably be pretty handy. So yeah, pretty neat. Also, you could, I guess that could be your sewage. No, you don't want to pipe your turds in there. That'd be terrible. All right, so let's read through a couple of messages here. So the year's 3009, so we're backing up a little bit. Archives Pioneer Charter. This is talking. Like others before us, we wanted to try something else. Another way to play the game of existence. The rules of the game that were proposed to us no longer suited us. For ourselves and our children, we wanted to review these rules to free ourselves from them and to reinvent new ones. To see where our ideas could lead us by stopping complaining and taking back control of our destinies. Through our own actions, where will that lead us? There's only one way to find out. Try. So that's 3009. Then we go up here. So 3011, a couple years later, Archives vote on Blazar Quartz Mining, which was the first building we were just at. That was Blazar Quartz. That was the mining facility for Blazar Quartz. 37 in favor and 8 absentees votes. The discussions were long, but we reached a consensus. The decision was made to launch a major Blazar Quartz mining project alongside our subsistence activities. So basically, they're going to mine Blazar Quartz along with trying to survive here. And then, so there's also keys through here. There's like 5 keys. You need all 5. Also, there's some honey-cooked beans, which we're going to get into in just a second too, because they're actually really, really cool. And then we have this message, which is from 3010. So this was actually before the last one, but first year, it seems like a year has already passed since we arrived. Our long period of preparation has paid off, and our organizational systems have proven their effectiveness. This has allowed us to begin our installation under good conditions. We hadn't planned everything, but overall, everything is going well. To celebrate, we organized a big party in the first dome, which was a real treat for everyone. The work is sometimes exhausting given the size of the task, but our motivation remains strong. Now, that says they had a party in the first dome, which I don't know if we came across a party dome yet, which I'm thinking might be this one. And that might also be kind of our indication of how to get from how we're connecting this point to this point. So it's like, oh, first dome. Okay, very cool. Now from there's a whole bunch of buildings. I'm not going to go into every single one of them, but there are a bunch of buildings. They have different keys, different items, different stuff like that. This building has a nuclear thing. We had 2 fusion energy cells just from exploring around here, so I put them in here, activated it, and that actually activated this door. But I can't get through here because this won't deconstruct yet, so can't do anything with that, unfortunately. So there might be some really good stuff in here, but I don't know. Actually, those vaults, those look like vaults right there, don't they? Oh. Here's a storage locker. Ooh, there would be some good stuff in there. Okay. So there's that one. Now, one of these buildings actually had a new resource, a new thing called honey cooked beans, which I think is new. If it's part of the cooking station that I haven't played a whole lot with, I apologize. But what these honey cooked beans do, check this out. You eat it, you actually get a hydration bonus thing. So reduces the thirst for a small while. So we're not thirsty. Like, it's going to reduce our thirst consumption here. And that is super cool because that's like the first, if I'm not mistaken, that's the first stat altering item, which is pretty cool. So I wonder if there's like a hunger reducing one, oxygen reducing one, all that fun stuff. So pretty cool stuff. Now, this building right here, I want to go in here because this is where my conspiracy theories are going to start. If we go up to the top, I think it's this one. I could be wrong. It might not be this one. Okay, it's not this one. Okay. There is a building that has something in it that I am conspirizing on. I'm making a conspiracy on it. And I think it's gonna be fun. I'm just trying to figure out how the heck where it was at. Where did I find it? Maybe it was up here. Was it up here? No. I can't get out of here. I didn't have this issue before. Oh, okay, I made it through. I made it through. All right, so, okay, this obviously wasn't the building. It must have been this one. It wasn't that one either. Maybe it was this one. Oh yeah, I think it was this one. Okay, hold on. If I go down here, does it have it? Yes, okay. So, this is another one. There's another key in here. But this was our first look. Guess what? Look at that. That's a crib. That is a crib. There was a child here. Yes, there was indeed. And this message even talks about it. So we even got a little drawing thing about Sharky, which looks super cool. We got this little statue, this little effigy thing, which I don't think I can take with me. I'd like to, and I'd like to take that poster too. That's pretty cool. But Val. Now this is Ari. Could you ask if it's possible to have a little more heating exceptionally for the next few months? I know everyone needs to be careful, but I'm a little worried about the baby. I saw him shaking a little the other day, and despite all the blankets, I'm afraid it'll leave him with after effects. Thank you. I love you. This is in year 3012. So, there is a child here at some point, right? Now, this is where the conspiracy starts. Are you ready for this? At this point, I was like, oh my gosh, what if we're the child, right? What if we're the child and we're coming back? And that's the story. And I was like, that'd be so cool. Tie it in, right? That was what I said. I said it at this point. I wish I had it all recorded so you could see it in real time. But that's what I said at this point. Now, we got all our keys. We opened the doors. We got here. Now, each one of these bays has a message in it about basically saying... Now, this is also where I'm not 100% sure on how progression is going to work here. Because I don't know if we're supposed to get to this point yet. But basically, all of these bays say how everybody's leaving. Well, let me back that up. All but one. One bay says, we built the spaceport. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go read it. I believe it's this one. The Blazar Quartz trade has allowed us to advance much faster than expected. Today, we celebrate this spaceport, which will allow us to trade even more easily with and efficiently. It's even possible that in the years to come, new people will join us to keep our project alive and growing. This is 3013. Now, this is saying this. So this is the person that the other person asked to turn the heat up, I believe. So there's that. There's also a bunch of storage containers and stuff in here. I'm not going to go through all of that stuff because I already grabbed actually, there's a lot of stuff in here. So I'll just show you. Look at all this stuff. We got production quartz in here. We got all kinds of quartz. We got cosmic quartz in here. Actually, I'm going to go take that cosmic quartz. It's mine. Now, this one, 3015. It's high time to leave. Yes, it could have been wonderful. It could have been a wonderful experience. And we experienced some intensely joyful moments during those years. But you have to learn to resign yourself when the elements are against you. I can't stand this cold anymore. It's getting worse every day. I can't believe Koa decided to stay, preferring his research to his humanity. So everybody's packing up and leaving. It's too cold here. Nobody can do anything. Yeah, it's terrible. Also, these things are full of stuff. I got so many terror tokens from all of these things. I have, like, it's just good stuff. Now, from there, we continue on to, I believe it's this one. Let's go into this one next. Also, another huge container full of wonderful things. Perhaps this is where the conspiracy, it's getting reinforced. Perhaps one day our technologies will be advanced enough to warm this big rock. And if our children haven't forgotten this place, perhaps they'll return to continue what we started. But given the difficulty of the last few months and the bad experience it has been, I doubt it. Everyone seems to want to turn the page on this adventure. This is Val in 3015. Perhaps one day our technologies will be advanced enough to warm this big rock, which is what we're doing. And if our children hadn't forgotten this place, perhaps they'll return to continue what we started. Guess what we're doing? We are continuing what they started. Now, I know there's the whole premise of we are a, and actually, you know what? I haven't built a message computer this entire time, so there might be the whole thing of we're working for the corporation because we're a felon, all this stuff. But, you know, I like to think that maybe this one, maybe it's like, you know what? We're actually descended from, you know, a mission that our parents did at one point, and we're here to continue their mission. So, and then the last one is what awaits. This is again 3015. All of this effort will have been unrewarded. The gift from heaven wasn't won and will have led to our downfall. I would have liked to have stayed, but this planet is no longer livable. The recent difficulties have undermined our sense of community. It's unfortunate. I didn't want to leave, but many have already left us. We won't be able to hold on any longer. I'm not 100% sure what this top part means. The gift from heaven wasn't won and will have led to our downfall. I don't exactly know what that means. I feel like what that means is that there was a meteor or something at some point, and it had some resource in it that like helped, that they thought was going to be like this big huge thing that helped them. I'm not sure, and I don't know if maybe it might be this down there. Maybe that was a giant meteor that crashed into the planet and like they were mining that. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But that is where we've gotten. That was everything that we explored and did and found. And then I recorded, and then I realized I wasn't recording. So yeah, imagine that was basically a whole episode right there. Whole episode recap just happened. But you know what we're gonna do? We are gonna go ahead. We're gonna take down. We're gonna take the tram back down to the other place and see what happens there. I don't think there was anything. Yeah, there's good stuff in here, but my inventory is completely full. So let's go ahead and let's head up here. I'm excited. Now, the part that we read before that hasn't been mentioned yet in this sequence of things, which I believe is where we're about to go, is that the Blazar quartz actually consumes all it's like it consumes all the heat around it. So basically what happened is by them mining it and by them doing all this stuff, I think I don't know. Again, I'm not 100% sure because it said on this place there's a whole bunch of stuff, but the Blazar quartz I believe was it sounds like it might have been a meteor or something that hit the planet and it hit the moon. And they're like, oh, look at this resource. It's going to be able to help us do so much stuff. But it basically was a meteor of ice sucking death and now made this moon like super uninhabitable and it's terrible. And apparently there's no tram up here. Oh, okay. There it goes. Yeah. So we'll go down there and look again, like I said. But we also have a whole other, we have that whole other dome over there that we need to explore too. So we need to check that out. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. Kind of what it sounds like. It sounds like, I was thinking the Blazar, oh my gosh. That thing is so much faster now. I was thinking the Blazar quartz was something natural to here. But it doesn't appear as though it is. Because they said the gift from above might not have been a gift after all. Oh my gosh, that scared me. I was like, no, I'm gonna fall. Because there's no other way to get up in here right now. Let's see, does this look like it could be a meteor? I don't know. It doesn't really look like that, does it? I mean, I guess it kind of could be. I don't know. All right, let's get in here. All right. So we have been in here before. We've kind of explored this a little bit. So in order to get this stuff going again, which is what's interesting, is we need power. So what we need is... Oh, no. Guess what? It won't let me do anything here either. Okay, so this whole area seems to be bugged. Because now I'm stuck on the use screen. And I don't think it's going to let me... Yeah, I'm going to have to relog again. Okay, so it's not going to let me do anything here. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and restart. And we're going to go build a giant biodome thing. We're going to go build the megadome. That's what we're here for. That's what everybody's here for. So I'm actually just going to jump out of this tram this way. All right, so the megadome. Everybody's ready for this thing. So megadome is 4 blazer quartz, 2 super alloy, and 3 selenium, which, you know what? We should be able to make that no problemo. Like, that should happen very, very easily. So let's go ahead, let's go grab that stuff, and let's set up a megadome, and let's see what this bad boy looks like. I'm so excited for it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop most of this stuff in here for now, just to kind of clean up the inventory. We're going to take some of this food with us, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4 blazer quartz, right? 3 super alloy rods, or 2 super alloy rods, and then 3 selenium. Okay, let me grab some water too. So selenium we should just found on the ground. I say that, but you know what? I got a whole bunch to take back with us. All right, there's 2. I just need 1 more, and we'll be golden. All right, I'm gonna head back over there to that big, huge open spot, and we're gonna see how big this dome thing actually is. All right, so we've arrived at the spot for the megadome. It requires 150 energy per second, which doesn't sound too bad. How big is this thing actually? Let's go ahead and check it. Look, actually, not gonna lie, it's actually, it's not, that's good. That's not quite as big as I was expecting. Like, it is huge, okay? Let's be real here, it's huge. However, it's not like those dome size. Like, okay, so here it is. Here it is with a rover comparison. Okay, here, let's just build it and see what it looks like. Okay, so... Oh, I guess we needed a... This is pretty cool, though. This is... Okay, this is actually pretty big. How does this compare to like a 4... Or like a 3... Like a 3x3? Would the 3x3 fit inside of this? Because, like, let's see, that's a 1 room, right? 1, 2... 3. So it looks like it, what is it, a 5? Maybe it's like the equivalent of a 5x5? Maybe? Uh-oh. Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, I can't deconstruct it. Okay, so it's not quite as big as I was thinking it was. So we might actually be able to put it somewhere a little bit closer to our base. So I was kind of looking here, and you know what? I mean, a biodome is roughly a 3x3. Okay, it's probably more like a 6x6. The megadome is. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where we want this, because we already have our base here, and like we're gonna have to move stuff over, but it's not gonna be that bad to move over. But I also want a spot that's relatively centralized. Okay, I want to look at. Let's see if we go this way. Is this a pretty straight shot up to? Oh my gosh, up to the top here? Because this top area, if I'm not mistaken, was a big, huge flat area. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. This would work quite nicely. Okay, so let's put our megadome. Let's see, what if we do something like that? And then we're gonna need a door to it, obviously. we still gotta get the door. So living compartment door, iron, titanium, and silicon. Okay, and then throw that on there, and then we're gonna need I wonder if outdoor stairs. I don't know if those will connect to that though. Oh, it does link. Hold on. Okay, if I mine this. Oh my gosh. This is cool. This is really cool. Okay, so can we just build things freely here? Like if I wanted to, well, you know, I don't really have anything to build right now. This is actually quite neat. So this is quite cool. I was trying to look to see like how we would build stuff here. So it is round, so you're not going to get like perfectly flat corners, but I mean, it is a large area for sure. And I mean, we have like all these different things. You know what this would be really good for? Honestly, like what I think this is really cool. This is actually a really cool thing. It's really exciting. I'm really curious to try this out on a new planet that doesn't have like oxygen and stuff like that already, because then this will be like a safe area, you know? But what I'm actually kind of curious is, can we place like outdoor farms and stuff like that in here as well? Because like these are supposed to be outside, but like, are we because I mean, it's a biodome, so we're almost considered outside, maybe? Yeah, this is really cool. We got to really get into this. Because, okay, so the other thing that I think this would be really, really good for is you could either A, build a couple of these, because it looks like you should be able to attach another one right there, and you can have multiple biodomes, or you could have this as like a centralized building, and you could still have like a normal habitat over here. You could have your other domes or smaller biodomes, you know, like off of here. You could have a bio lab off of here, you know what I mean? Like this could just be the centralized piece. And you could still do whatever you wanted. Like, honestly, I would still probably throw a 3x3 on one side or the back just for bulk storage stuff, you know? So, like, when we automate, like, drones and storage and stuff like that, we could throw those in the back there. I think that'd be really cool. Also, I just realized, guess what? Now we have a new thing that we need to build back on Prime. Oh, my gosh. This new base building piece is sick. That is so cool. That is so cool. But we are actually going to end the episode there. I want to get into base building, but I want to dedicate like an entire thing to it. Next episode, we're going to dedicate the whole thing to, we're going to get this set up as our main base. We're going to set up this area. We're going to kind of play with it and see what we can do, what we can like, or like what we set up and what we like from it. And kind of go from there, test it, if you will. But yeah, thanks again for coming out. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.